welcome to the Chums of War Podcast. I am Dylan Hall, as usual, and I've got Zach with me.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
So, this week, we're actually going to get pretty straight into things, because there was a lot of fucking wrestling this weekend.
No fucking around.
No fucking around.
There's no jokes on here. Everything happened.
Jokes are banned. First one of us to make a joke has to eat a bag of chips. Sorry, I don't want to do any insane punishments, because then somebody on Reddit will pull it up a year from now after one of us does a joke, and we'll have to eat a Brock Lesnar action figure.
Thank God you never make jokes.
Yeah, I'm not funny enough for that.
Yeah, I'm the funny one. Look at me.
Precisely.
Look at my Discord picture. Actually, they can't see it.
Yeah, look at that. He's wearing a fruit basket on his head. He's very funny. But in things that actually happened, this was the Royal Rumble weekend with NXT Takeover Phoenix, and then there was Raw and Smackdown as usual. Mm-hmm. And this is actually our first time reporting a podcast after a Big Four weekend.
That's right.
It is kind of unusual how much wrestling we had to watch for this, but most of it was entertaining, so that's good.
Also, our first WWE pay-per-view, if you don't count TakeOver Blackpool.
Yeah, I was going to say, we watched the TakeOver thing, but you're right. This is our first main roster pay-per-view.
That's right.
So, we're going to get started with NXT Takeover Phoenix.
That's
right.
And
Phoenix, we're just going to get right into it, started with a badass entrance for War Raiders as they came out for their match against Undisputed Era for the Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sarah Logan was there.
Yeah, Sarah Logan was there as a Viking. That was, pretty cool for them to do.
Two of my favorite Vikings next to Torbjorn from Overwatch.
Torbjorn isn't allowed on television anymore. You know what he did.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what he did.
I don't know. I was just going with
I do know what Hansen did in this match, and that was get the fuck over with the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
He is agile as fuck for somebody his size, and he got to really show it off in this match, and that was awesome. He also became the was it him or Rowe that kicked out of the high-low?
I think it was Rowe.
I don't remember, but one of them did, and they were the first people to kick out of it since Undisputed Era got the tag championships, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So that was, big moment.
So in this match, me and you both had the War Raiders winning, and they did.
Yeah. It felt like it was just their time.
I thought maybe they'd, Adam Cole would get in, but no, they didn't.
Yeah, I was relatively surprised that there was no interference whatsoever from either of the other members of Undisputed Era. Like, they didn't show up on the show at all.
Now, I want to talk about Rowe, because I feel like this man is extremely strong.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually picks up Roderick and Kyle, he power slams one of them and power bombed the other one at the same time.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
And because I've only seen them wrestle on NXT maybe once or twice back in What Culture Wrestling, but that's still around. But yeah, I made the War Raiders look great. Obviously, Roderick Strong is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Probably the greatest wrestler of all time, in my opinion.
See, Roderick Strong got his own feat of strength spots in this match, which was really important because he came out looking like a monster just as much as the War Raiders did.
Yeah.
But this was a great match. It might have been my favorite match on the card. No, that's not true. No, there's two great matches in addition to this one.
Yeah.
This was a very good match, though, and this was kind of a very strong start to the takeover.
Yeah.
And then we had Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno to kind of immediately follow that up. We both had Matt Riddle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Matt Riddle won. And it was in a very unique finish. He elbowed Cassius in the face until Cassius tapped out.
He tapped out pretty fast.
Well, yeah, you would too if you were getting elbowed in the mouth.
True. That is true. Let's talk about the worst moment of the night and probably of any NXT takeover happened in this match.
We haven't talked about this match, but I'm going to take a wild guess. Cassius Ohno biting Matt Riddle's toes.
It is fucking like, if you lose to Matt Riddle I'd rather like lose to fucking like Shayna Baszler on here than fucking have to bite somebody's foot and then not win the match. It is just, I hated it. I don't think he should wrestle barefoot.
The worst part about it for me was when Mauro Ranallo said, Cassius Ohno has a thing for toes.
Oh, God. Like,
yeah,
God.
That was gross. But something that was equally gross is when Cassius Ohno stomped on Matt Riddle and he stomped his fucking mouth. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
He stomped his toes, too. It's already his like second takeover match, and they already made a big deal about his feet. I do not like this gimmick. Make him wear shoes, H.
Well, they're going to give Cassius the foot fetish gimmick. It's all right.
Dude, that's your gimmick.
No, it's not. That's actually yours.
No, it's not. Don't listen to him.
All right.
But this
Zach
match
has actually searched the words Becky Lynch feet, but this match.
Yeah, well, in my free time, but not in professional wrestling ring.
So this match, as you were saying, it was all right. It
Yeah.
felt a little flat for Matt Riddle's first real takeover match. It was under 10 minutes and didn't really get to showcase Matt that much.
Yeah. Plus, Cassius is kind of dead in the water. He's a good wrestler, but I don't really care.
Yeah, there's not really much left for him to do except for just put people over in NXT, I guess.
And as a fat person, he's gained so much weight. He doesn't look in shape. Like, I don't see him as, a star. Like, he could have been, and I understand, he has lost some weight since he came in, but he's got to wear a shirt now. Like, that should be your incentive to start working out more.
I kind of like him in the shirt, but
I like him in the shirt, but not being a fat guy in a shirt. Like, you take Samoa Joe, who looks like a monster. It fits him. Like, he looks like a main eventer. You take Kevin, same ordeal. Even, Lars is not fat. He's just
Lars is just big.
His chest, he looks like a lowercase D. Like, his chest is huge. But he just looks out of shape. He looks like if I tried to wrestle. Like,
look, are you telling me you couldn't wrestle? I could see you doing a moonsault right now.
I could probably do like a senton, like off a ladder. Well, because that'd be enough time for me to do a flip.
Oh, I gotcha. I thought you meant just a regular senton, not like a flipping senton.
Well, I meant to say swanton. I don't want to say senton.
Oh, gotcha. So speaking of flips, this next match was Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet in what was my match of the night, I think, just like in ring wise. Because Ricochet, this was his time to shine, even though he lost.
Yeah, which we both had Ricochet. I was kind of on the fence on this one.
Yeah, I'm really surprised Ricochet ended up losing. And I guess they just really wanted the visual that happened at the end of the night, but we'll talk about that later. This match was awesome.
Yeah, my favorite spot. Sorry, you cut out. So that's why I'm not. If anybody's listening, think I just talk over him to be rude. It's the lag.
It's just because Discord is shit.
And no, it's because I'm an asshole. My problem with the North American title is back at TakeOver New Orleans, they gave it to Adam Cole.
Yep.
He didn't defend it on the following TakeOver.
Nope.
He defended on the next TakeOver. He lost it to Ricochet. Ricochet didn't defend it on the next TakeOver. He was in the main event but didn't defend it.
Oh, geez, you're right.
Then he lost in his first title defense on a TakeOver.
It has never been defended successfully at a TakeOver.
Yeah. And it didn't really feel like they should have given it to Ricochet. Like, he had that cool story of Pete Dunne.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're not going to have Pete Dunne take the North American title, they're not going to have Ricochet take the UK Championship. And it felt like they were building up for TakeOver. And that's my biggest takeaway from NXT. They feel like they're building up these great stories, and then they're not at takeovers. They're just on NXT TV, which you could, and I know not every match has to be on the takeover, but build them up like they built up Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane, and it felt like it's going to be, this is going to be a match at takeover, but then they put them in the ladder match, and it was like, okay, maybe takeover Chicago, but then no, they just had an 8-minute match on NXT, which was good for 8 minutes. However,
you can only get so much out of an 8-minute match.
Yeah, you've been building it up for so long. Like they had Finn versus Nakamura on NXT. Not a lot of people know about this match. It's really good. It went an hour, but like it went a whole NXT episode.
Wow, I didn't know about that at all.
Yeah, exactly. You could have had that match at TakeOver, but instead, I guess they were trying to save it from the main roster. With that being said, Ricochet, I think, should have kept it, or at least they should have never given it to him.
Yeah, they need to build some credibility behind that championship, because right now it's just kind of there existing. It doesn't really mean much.
Now, it does mean more than the United States Championship, which we'll get to talk about, and I cannot wait to talk about that
shit fest. Oh my god,
man! I don't know if I love or hate that, but
I think I love it. But Ricochet got to showcase some of his high flying shit. Like, he went to do a move to Gargano and he was on the apron, and Gargano like bailed out to the floor. He's like, "Nope, fuck that, and I'm not gonna let you flip over me. I'm going behind the turnbuckle. You can't flip over that." And then Ricochet just got a running start from across the ring and just flipped over the turnbuckle to the outside. It was real good.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd say this in match. I have this in the main kind of like, I'm not sure which one I want to pick over it.
I have some complaints about the main event. That's why this took priority for me. This was my match of the night.
Yeah.
But, we'll get to that in a couple of matches. This match kind of amped up when Gargano decided he needed to go to the bad side. He ripped up the mats on the outside and exposed the concrete flooring. And at first he was acting like he was going to go for a draping DDT onto it and ended up not hitting it. But then when he rolled into the ring, Ricochet pulled him into the Gargano escape. Yeah. And then I think the story they were telling is that Ricochet using Gargano as a move against him kind of pushed him over the edge. Because then Ricochet got to the outside and Gargano was just like, "Nope, fuck you," and it was either a suplex or a brainbuster. I think
it was supposed to be a brainbuster, but Johnny was being real safe, which ended up making the move look like it hurt him just as much as Ricochet.
Yeah, because they both landed flat back on the concrete.
Then he hit the slingshot DDT, which I'm glad won with. Like, I actually like that move.
Yeah, it's a cool move. There would be a lot of force behind it, so it makes sense as a finisher.
It was a great match. Don't have a lot to say about it. Just
I really don't have any complaints about the match except that I wish Ricochet had won.
Yeah, I wish he would have held the title longer. Same with Adam Cole. That's just my opinion. I don't think the title's been booked bad. This is also two guys who watch maybe like one NXT a month.
Yeah, that is true.
So if we were watching every week, we'd probably see differently,
Mm-hmm.
Now our next match.
Next match was Shayna Baszler and Bianca Belair. And this match really fell short for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. How did you feel about it?
I'm kind of mixed. I think Bianca was not ready.
So I actually think Bianca was kind of the stronger one in this match. I don't know if that's like an unpopular opinion for this, but she came off really great in it. Particularly when Bianca got the hair whip on Shayna, and it just like gave her a 2-inch long cut on her side. It was pretty incredible.
The escaping the... Is it Karafuda clutch? Is what she calls it?
Karafuda clutch, yeah.
Yeah. it went on for way too long. They did this spot at whatever, I think it was Takeover. I don't what. Where was the Royal Rumble Takeover last year?
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know.
Probably Texas or some shit. So, see you in 4 months. Yeah, they had Ember Moon and Shayna, and she had her in the Karafuda clutch for like 8 minutes, and it ended with her getting a roll-up victory. This obviously didn't happen here.
Yeah.
And she just wouldn't go down, and you could tell like Shayna didn't have it fully locked in. Also, Bianca botched a lot of moves. She looked really nervous out there, is my big problem.
Yeah, the biggest problem I actually had with this match was the run-in by Jessamine
Duke.
Yes, Jessamine Duke and Maria Shafir.
Roderick Strong's wife.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the run-in was like not effective, and Bianca took both of them out really easily, but it also made Shayna look weaker, even though she won the match. The fact that she needed a run-in distraction to be able to like get time to recuperate kind of thing says that she couldn't have defended it on her own more than likely, which is bad for Shayna's character, which is supposed to be this big MMA badass.
Which she hasn't really been booked like that MMA badass.
Has she not? I thought that was like what they were trying to get across.
Well, because she'll do badass stuff, but then she'll look like in that Ember Moon match I talked about. She just locked it in for like 8 minutes, couldn't get her tap out. If you're an MMA fighter and you're professionally trained like her, you should knock them out in 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Not 8 minutes. She's still in, and then she gets a roll up, and you look like a goober. Same with Kairi Sane. I think that was the same spot.
Yeah,
same
think they
with
did that one.
With Bianca, she didn't sell like after she's supposed to be knocked out. She just gets up and walks to the back, and I'm like, I just felt she wasn't. I wouldn't say ready in ring wise, but there was a lot of problems I had. Maybe if she gets another chance in a few months. Obviously, this is development.
Yeah.
So she's here to develop her skills. So I can't. You'd be like, why isn't she doing Johnny Gargano and Ricochet stuff?
Yeah.
So I do think this was one of the weaker women's matches NXT's had. I don't think it was the worst. The worst one was that Shayna versus Ember Moon match. The second one they did was actually really good, but that first match,
I did not see it, so I don't really have an input on that.
Don't see it. Now, this is where we got divided. I picked Shayna, which I was right. You picked Bianca, but you were wrong.
I thought they were going to give it to her.
Yeah.
But I also thought other things were going to happen with Shayna. Like, I expected her to be in the Rumble, but she wasn't. Yeah. So, that is where I fell apart,
Our main event.
Yep. Main event was Aleister Black versus Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT Championship. This match was weaker to me than it should have been.
Really?
Yeah, like I really liked parts of it, but there was I actually counted 8-minute long stretch where it was nothing but Ciampa working on Aleister's knee.
Yeah.
And that was way too long.
Yeah, I felt the same. There was also a part where I actually thought it was going to be the ending, and I was almost going to be really mad. Ciampa throws a water bottle at Aleister, and he slips on the water, and I was like, okay, that was just, him slipping on water because it's water. He gets in the ring, and then he hits his finisher on him, and I almost thought that was the ending that they booked, was Aleister Black slips on some water and loses his match.
To be fair, that is pretty close to the ending.
Pretty close.
30 seconds away from the end of the match.
If I remember the ending correctly, Ciampa hits the fairy tale ending. Aleister kicks out, then he hits it again, then he picks it up, tries to hit him again. and Alistair no sells and tries to hit him with the Black Mass.
Yeah, so what happened was it was immediately out of the water slip spot. So he slipped and then went back in the ring. And Ciampa hit him with the first. Well, I'm sorry, it was actually the second fairy tale ending of the match. Yeah. And then Alistair kicked out of the pin attempt after that. So Ciampa hit him with a third fairy tale ending and went to hit him with a fourth, but Alistair broke out of it. And then he went for the Black Mass, but because his knee was messed up, he didn't get the leverage on it, so he didn't hit it. And then he got hit with a fourth fairy tale ending, and that's what finished the match.
There's a part where I forgot what he countered into, but he countered him. Like maybe it was a roll up, and then he went into the second row for his apron DDT.
That was really nice. Smooth. It was really nice.
He does the fairy tale ending, which I think is all right. I'd rather him do the Project Ciampa. If you don't know what that move is, it's a powerbomb to double knee backbreaker, which would fit perfectly since he's got a knee brace on.
Yeah, I think unfortunately this match kind of killed the fairy tale ending as a finisher in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I think it said more about the finisher being weak than it said about Alistair being really strong, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think what they were trying to do is make Alistair look like this monster that just can't really be beaten easily. But it went the other way because Alistair had been proven to be weakened at this point. Like, his leg just wasn't working, basically.
Yeah.
And he could still kick out of 4 or 3 fairy tale endings.
Yeah. This was also his first clean loss, and his first takeover loss. So it's weird. He's lost about 3 times on TV, or the show, and never on TakeOver, and I just thought it was weird. After a year undefeated, they had him lose to Johnny on TV.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think he's got to be going up to the main roster soon. Like, with him losing very clean and not really having any other stories going out of it, there's not really anything left for him in NXT.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, somebody knocked him. Shut up out there. Shut up! No. Well, I was thinking somebody's... My dad's talking to somebody. Shh. Everybody at home, be quiet. No, but... well, I guess I'll spoil from later. When Alistair eliminated Dean, I thought maybe they would do something with that at Mania.
Yeah. Looks like that didn't quite pan out.
Yeah, which I hope... We'll talk about the Dean thing later, but I'm hoping that's a work because it's a little odd situation.
Let's talk about the Dean thing now, actually, because we're kind of in between the 2 shows here.
Actually, let's talk about it after we talk about Halftime Heat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. So what happened was Ciampa was up at the top of the ramp celebrating with his win, and Gargano came in, and he looked over at Ciampa, and they both held up their titles to close the show out. And then after that, Velveteen Dream's music hit, and he came in from the crowd and started talking shit to both of them. And then Ricochet came out from the back and started talking shit, and then Adam Cole came out, and then Aleister Black walked up from the ring, and all of them kind of started pushing each other, doing a little brawl, and that led to Triple H, separating them, and once he separated them, well, it was over. But on the pre-show for Royal Rumble, it was announced that next Sunday there's going to be a 6-man tag match with the Good Guys, Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, and Aleister Black versus Adam Cole, for some reason, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. So, off the back of Halftime Heat, let's talk about the biggest bit of news to come out in regards to WWE.
Mm-hmm. Kenny Omega signs with WWE.
Just his dick, actually.
Just his dick. Finally.
So, do you want to talk about the actual news, or do you want me to get into it?
Talk about the actual. You can talk about it. I'll just sit back and listen.
All right. So, Dean Ambrose, this is coming from Pro Wrestling Torch. This was Monday they reported it. He let WWE officials know that he's not going to be re-signing when his contract expires in April. And they came to him and said, look, we'll pay to keep you. What do you want? And he said, it's not about the money. I'm leaving because I'm not satisfied with my character here. And he's not satisfied with the control that he gets, which is like none.
Yeah.
So he is going to be out after Mania. And it looks like that was very clear based on what happened to him in the Rumble. And then on Raw the next day, he just kind of got eliminated during the Rumble, which, as you said earlier, we thought might have been leading to Dean versus Alistair. But then on Monday, he got a clean loss to Seth Rollins and then got kind of like attacked by Nia Jax afterwards. And I don't know if you were paying attention to what he started saying on the mic in that segment, but before Nia Jax came out, the only words he got out were, well, when I first signed with WWE. So, don't know where that was going, but it was probably like a hint at like unhappiness kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
my thing with it is, well, one, I actually started to finally like Dean after like 3 years. Go figure. But also, I think it's not a work, but it could also be a work just because they posted it on Twitter.
I think he's really leaving, but they're turning it into a storyline.
Yeah. He might just want to take some time off because, I don't know. He had a year off. I don't know.
Well, I think it's less of a time off thing and more of he doesn't like the WWE style.
Yeah.
So,
and then, you go.
Sorry.
You go.
Something that's very interesting to me is apparently the contract that WWE offered him was a 7-figure per year deal for 5 years. So we're talking a minimum of a $5 million contract total.
Jesus Christ.
And he said, nope, that's not important to me. And that is wild and absolutely incredible and very cool that he has priorities other than money.
I mean, maybe he'll come back with the, new... Because he's won every title except for, like, the Universal and the Smackdown tag titles.
Yeah. And I figured, like, if he were sticking around, it would only be a matter of time before we got the Universal. But I don't think he needs it.
Yeah. Honestly, nobody wants that fucking title.
Yeah, it's a cursed belt.
Yeah, it's a duty belt. The only good champion was Kevin, and he wasn't even that good of a champion.
Yeah, he defended it like 4 times in the 6 months he had it.
Yeah, no. And his like best match he had was the one we were at. Everything else was kind of like, I don't think he had Hell in a Cell.
His Hell in a Cell was really cool.
Then we had Hideo Itami got his release requested, which I was really surprised by.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you heard about that.
It felt like he just started to gain traction. Like, it felt like they were building to him versus Murphy at Mania.
That is what I was thinking. Like, I thought that's why it was Murphy who specifically beat him during the Fatal 4-Way. But, yeah, Hideo Itami has left WWE. Apparently, he asked for his release, and they granted it, like, immediately. So now he has his 90-day no-compete, and who knows where he's going to show up first. But he's already changed his name back to Kenta on Twitter. Yeah. And we're going to really get to see him in action again.
So, real quick, before we go into the Royal Rumble, I wanted to review 205 Live from, just so we have a perspective on the pre-show match.
All right.
So, I'm not going to spend, I'm going to probably spend...
Oh, you cut out.
Pronounce his name. I will say this guy might be... His name's Humberto Carrillo.
Oh, Humberto Carrillo.
Carrillo. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm white. I don't know anything. This guy is probably top 10 wrestlers in the company, just in ring quality. He has no character. he fought Grand Metalik. He beat him in the opening match. He got a contract because he did a good match against Buddy Murphy, which Heath Slater was there for years, and he had to win a tag title tournament to get a contract, but whatever. He had to really. These two men died in this match for a crowd with no heat. There was a part where Grand Metalik jumps, I believe it was off the top rope, hit a Hurricane Rana to the outside.
Holy
took
shit!
A flat back bump. It looked just Carrillo did his finisher is really weird. It's like he goes up for a moonsault. I'll actually send it to you.
Okay.
There's a clip. Ooh. Copy video address. It's like he does a he does a handstand on the top rope. Then he does
a springboard moonsault.
Yeah, and it's like really weird.
I don't get this.
Yeah, there's like no point, but the match was pretty good. I wish it had more heat. After the match, it shows Drake Maverick just standing there talking about how great he is for signing this guy's contract, which, by the way, he's a face on 205 Live.
Yeah.
So he's not pissing his pants either.
Damn, that was my favorite part of his character.
Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher have they don't like people doing flips. They just like, just straight wrestling. And Drake Maverick's like, hey, I'm so sorry. And then they just walk off without really saying anything. So I was like, all right, that was the segment. Tony Nese came up after that same segment, said, hey, I want to fight Noam Dar for what he did to me, because they have a series right now, a 1-to-1 series.
Oh, okay.
And he's won a rubber match, and Drake Maverick's like, I'll consider doing a rubber match. And it's like, why not? You already did it twice. Do it a third time. And then fucking Tony says, if I don't get the match, I'll find a way to get the match. Okay. And then he walks off, and then Drake Maverick's just as confused as me. Then Akira Tozawa, this is actually pretty interesting. Akira Tozawa has Brian Kendrick with him. And he's basically, it looks like he's heel now, or at least I thought. Kendrick was saying that, hey, Akira Tozawa he didn't travel the world to be a joke on 205 Live. And, obviously Kendrick's amazing promo. He might be one of the best promos in the company. Of course, he's a boy, so I'm going to hype him up. But he deserves it. Then we get to a Kalisto and Lince Dorado promo, which Kalisto's a terrible promo, but this promo wasn't too bad. Lince Dorado's it's actually pretty good promo, I thought at least. And it was just basic Lucha House Party. We're going to win the Cruiserweight title, which means Kalisto is going to probably take the pin in that match. Did he take the pin in the 4-way at Rumble?
Nope, he did not.
Oh, okay. That's surprising. Then our main event was just kind of a quick match. It was Kalisto versus Akira versus Hideo, and Buddy Murphy was doing commentary. And he did commentary for like a minute, and then like Kalisto taunted him, so he took off the headset and then never put it back on.
Classic.
Not much to say about this match, except Murphy came in and just started beating the shit out of all three of them. Then they all hit their finishers on him.
Oh, shit.
Hideo Itami actually won this match. Also, there was a promo in between where Arya Davari was cutting a promo, and he's actually a pretty good promo too, about Hideo Itami wanting respect. And Hideo Itami's big thing was he would yell at the crowd that he wants respect. He won this match. And yeah. Also, there was actually, so there was a Tower of Doom spot because, of course, it's WWE. They were gonna do this when Murphy first started attacking. They were doing like, they were both trying to double suplex or superplex at Tommy at the top, and Murphy came in, powerbombed all three of them, started beating the shit out of them. Then they retaliated. So yeah, that was 205 Live.
All right.
It was all right. It was 40 minutes though,
Yeah.
and one 15-minute match. It got all the storylines across. Maybe this week's will be better. I was supposed to review it, but I got home late. I'm sorry. I'll do it next week. I swear.
All right. We'll be on top of 205 Live soon.
That's right. All right.
So, Royal Rumble. We're going to start with the pre-show, which had the dumbest fucking match as the first match of it.
A quick story though.
Ooh.
I thought I thought that the Rumble was gonna start at I thought it was gonna start at 7. So I was taking a nap, and then he started sending me messages like, "Hey, you're missing the Rumble, or you're missing the pre-show." So I didn't watch any of the pre-show. So this is all gonna be him.
You did not miss much. I will say that.
You mean the new revival with Scott Dawson and Razor?
Yeah. So the dumbest match. It was Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus Scott Dawson and Razor, which was stupid and had no point because Bobby Roode and Chad Gable just won it anyways. The stipulation was that if Dawson and Razor won, the Revival and AOP would have gotten tag team championship matches, but that didn't matter because they lost anyways.
And Akam, I think, is injured till after Mania.
Yeah, he is.
So...
Yep.
Was there any good spots? Was there any good spots at least?
No.
Well, I did see the cameraman falling down during the entrance.
During Roode and Gable's entrance.
Well, there's your moment of the match.
Yeah, it was a 6-minute match and it wasn't good. But after that, we had Nakamura versus Rusev, which was a pretty good match, I thought, actually. You know, nowhere near like a 5-star or anything.
Yeah.
But it was a solid match. Especially, you know, given the 10 minutes that it got.
Yeah.
It ended when Shinsuke was taking off the turnbuckle pad and Lana got on the apron and she started yelling at the ref, "Hey, he's cheating, stop him." And then Shinsuke got in her face and taunted her because the ref didn't see Shinsuke take off the pad. Then Rusev went to attack Shinsuke from behind, but Shinsuke moved, so Rusev hit Lana and she fell and like kayfabe twisted her ankle. And while Rusev was on the ropes looking at Lana, he was like, "Hey, get up. You're okay, get up." Shinsuke hit him with a brutal Kinshasa to the back of the head and got his championship back. It was a good little match. I liked it.
Yeah. We'll get to why the United States title is getting diarrhea dumped on again. Which is my favorite championship in the company, just based on the design.
Yeah, I like the design a lot. I realized how much I like it the other day when we were watching the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
A championship that's not getting dumped on, though, is the Cruiserweight Championship. We had a fatal 4-way between Buddy Murphy, Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and Kalisto. And it was a hell of a match. They only got 12 minutes, but they really put everything they could in those 12 minutes.
Yeah.
There was one spot where Buddy Murphy had Kalisto in a electric chair position on the outside, and Itami was like on the middle rope, like taunting them from inside the ring, and all out of nowhere. Sorry, I was gonna say all of a sudden, and then I decided I was gonna say out of nowhere. So all of out of nowhere.
Yeah. I didn't notice, so you're good.
Oh, okay. Tozawa came running and dove between Itami's legs and crashed into Kalisto and Murphy, and it was a really cool spot and left Itami standing in the ring just like, yeah, fucking all right. And he threw Kalisto and Tozawa in the ring and tried to pin each of them and only got 2 counts. And the end of the match was Hidami. So everyone kind of did big moves on each other, and then Itami kind of like cleared the ring except for Murphy. And it looked like Itami was going to hit go to sleep on Murphy, but Murphy got out of it and hit him with Murphy's Law and pinned Itami.
Yeah.
And that was kind of... It seems like it would be setting up something between the two, but now knowing that Itami's leaving, we know that isn't the case, unfortunately.
Yeah. Hideo Itami came in... Ew, what the fuck? Hideo Itami came in and he was supposed to be a big star. He's actually supposed to probably be in Finn's place in NXT. Instead, they gave it to Finn. He beat Kevin at fucking Takeover Japan, which is at like 3 a.m. I never watched. This is even before I knew you.
Oh yeah, it is.
Then, sorry, I got kerfuffled. Then he got injured for a year because of Tyler Breeze. Then,
damn it, Tyler.
Fucking Tyler.
Love you though.
Then he came back, had a few, looked like he's about to win the title from Bobby Roode, got injured again, came back, I think got another injury, then he broke Brian Kendrick's jaw, then his finisher got banned, and then they gave him a worse finisher, and then it looked like they were starting to build him back up, and he said, screw it.
Yeah, he kind of got wasted. I mean, I know he spent a long time on the shelf, but he came back and wasn't really put into anything, and he's probably not happy being on 205 Live, where he doesn't get seen by people and has dead crowds during all of his matches.
Yeah.
And it's a real shame. He is incredibly talented, and, you know, he's going to do great wherever he goes next.
Yeah, hopefully 205 Live seemed really interesting. It seemed great to see, like, these guys who are very talented and actually not too bad once they developed a character. Very interesting. Like, a lot of them I could see doing good on the main. Someone like Jack Gallagher is great, but he's really small. Like,
yeah,
like I don't see him doing much, not even like past tag team division as much as I hate that. Hear that dog outside? Shut up.
I don't hear a single dog.
There was a dog outside my house.
Oh, okay.
I told him to shut up. So hopefully he gets better. Maybe any of the masked wrestlers deserve a lot better, especially Lince Dorado. After him cutting that promo, and he was on Up Up Down Down a couple times. I thought he was really funny. Hopefully he gets the push. Even now that they got the Lucha House Party rules, maybe give him the little push in the tag division.
Maybe.
Because they are talented. Instead of bringing back... What?
Oops, sorry.
Okay, you can go. I was just ranting.
I'm just going to, we got to pick up the pace a little bit. We're almost 45 minutes in.
Are we?
And we're not even at the main card yet. So, the first match of the main card of the Royal Rumble was Asuka versus Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And this match went about as expected, except I did not expect Becky Lynch to be tapping out, but It is all right. So Asuka ended up getting Becky in an Asuka lock after they both did each other's finishers on each other.
Yeah.
And Asuka knew Becky wasn't tapping just to the Asuka lock, so she flipped over and had a backwards bridge while she had her in the Asuka lock, and it looked fucking brutal, dude. And Becky tapped to that. Yeah. And we both thought Asuka was gonna win, I should say.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, we both had Rusev.
Oh yeah.
We both got that wrong.
Oof.
We both had Hideo Itami, but that was just a shot in the dark.
Well, he fucked us over by leaving.
I know. Piece of shit. Congratulations.
Love you, Hideo. I can't wait to see
love
you.
Hideo. Kenta. I do think this was the best singles match of the card, or best non-Rumble match of the card.
Okay.
My problem with it is Asuka looked great winning against Becky. Becky looked strong, even though she tapped.
Yeah.
However, Asuka didn't appear on SmackDown.
Nope, she did not.
But instead, we had 2 United States Championship matches.
Well, you gotta make
5-minute
room for
Absolution promo.
some other shit that happened. Yeah, the Absolution promo.
Yeah, so this is great match. Yeah.
Yep, I really liked
Oh,
it as well.
dude, I farted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can
I'm
smell
sorry.
it from across the city.
The next match, I am kind of conflicted on. Miz and Shane versus The Bar for SmackDown tag titles. I'm conflicted because I thought it was a good match.
I did too.
However, Shane McMahon, 49-year-old Shane McMahon, shouldn't be beating up these two juggernauts fucking with his little shitty punches.
His punches do look like garbage.
Yes, so the ending was kind of nice. I was afraid he'd get the pin, but they ended up doing it to where Cesaro got hit with the Brogue Kick, and then Shane hit a really nice shooting star press.
It was surprisingly nice. It's been a very long time since we saw him hit it, and I forgot how good his shooting star press is, even at 49 years old.
And Dylan, you had the line, one of the funniest lines you've ever said to me. I said, he's going for a shooting star press. He's like, I said he did it a couple years ago, and you said that's like 10 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's nowhere near as funny as I was when we saw somebody slip at SmackDown and I yelled, "Banana Peel!"
But then he hugged his fucking Mr. Potato Head dad.
Damn, don't rush George like that. I said rush, and I meant fucking dunk on.
Why did George get big of a pop as Becky did on SmackDown?
Look, because fatherly love is something that the WWE Universe all wants but never got.
I wish my dad loved me.
Yeah.
And now on to the Raw Women's Championship match.
Yeah, we had Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks in a match.
Yeah.
I don't really
Pretty good
remember much
match.
about it. I'm not going to lie. I know that Sasha looked pretty strong in it, and I know that Sasha got the bank statement in a couple times, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But
yeah. This was Ronda's best match, maybe against Charlotte. If Charlotte had a clean ending, it would have been her best match was against Charlotte. I do think it was weird that Sasha didn't tap. They had her lose to whatever the fuck her finisher is.
it's called Piper's Pit, which I think
What?
they're playing into the Piper thing a bit much, as that sigh from you says you agree.
Yeah, like Roddy Piper, Eddie Guerrero, Macho Man, they're all great. You know, rest in peace, all three of them. As sad as it is to say. If you're a women's wrestler and your father isn't famous, then it's whoever your favorite wrestler is your gimmick.
It seems like WWE is kind of strapping that to a lot of people, and it's really unfortunate because, like, Sasha shouldn't have, like, a storyline dedicated around, like, I love Eddie Guerrero.
A guy she's never met and will never meet. Well, that sounded kind of mean, but that shouldn't be her story. Is like when they were like, your father Ric Flair and your favorite wrestler Eddie Guerrero all fought for this, so you could be in the main event of Hell in a Cell. Like,
Which neither of them were in either, right?
No, I don't. Well, they might have. Flair
Eddie
might
might
have
have been in Hell in a Cell. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But that's not the point here. Ronda Rousey won, and then after the match, Sasha came back for a handshake with Rousey and held up the Four Horsewomen symbol.
Yeah.
Which was to be expected.
Yeah. Next we got the Royal Rumble. I don't know how we're going to review this.
There was a lot in the Women's Royal Rumble. It started kind of painfully slow, in my opinion, and didn't pick up till like almost 30 minutes in.
Now, it started off with Lacey Evans, who this is your first time seeing her.
Yep.
I think she's a decent wrestler. She does have a great character, I believe, which they could do a lot with if booked right. She had a sloppy start where she fell on her ass in both kip up spots.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Second was Natalia, who was the Iron Woman of the match.
Yep, 56 minutes.
Mandy Rose was next. She actually was in a long time, 25 minutes. I'm just going to go down and we're going to kind of quickly review.
Yeah, I don't really like going through all of them because there were so many.
I'm going to go through the ones I thought stood out.
Okay.
So,
Liv Morgan only got 8 seconds in the match, and that sucks.
Natalia, the Iron Woman, Liv Morgan, the Plastic Woman, like, she deserved better. She broke her ass. Like,
she got thrown over the top rope with like a back body drop type thing.
Yeah.
She landed on her ass. It looks like it hurt.
Next we had Mickie James and Ember Moon. I couldn't think of a spot they had. Like, Mickie James is eliminated, I think, second by Tamina, so sorry.
Ember Moon did kind of save Casey Catanzaro later in the match. I know that's not like a memorable thing, but Casey Catanzaro was going to like kill herself with a move she wasn't quite going to land, but Ember caught her.
Yeah.
So, good on you, Ember. We saw.
Then Billie Kay came out and was like, I'm not
going in the ring without Peyton.
And I love Billie Kay. And then Nikki Cross came out, and the two of them, you know, Nikki Cross pushed Billie Kay. They were fighting over My Love, as you all know, because you watched the show. And she just pushed her against the wall. It was really good. However, Nikki Cross didn't really do anything, which saddens me.
Yep, that was a shame.
Then Peyton Royce came out, number 9. Then they eliminated Nikki Cross. Or no, they did. They threw her over the top rope. Then Lacey Evans eliminated both of them like a second later, so...
Yeah.
Whatever. Tamina and Xia Li came out. I've never really seen Xia Li.
Yeah, she seemed really cool, though.
She didn't really get much time to shine. She was only in there for 4 minutes, 48 seconds.
Yeah.
Sarah Logan came out.
I don't remember a single thing she did, unfortunately.
She didn't do anything memorable until like Ruby came out, when she was already eliminated for. She lasted 5 minutes in.
Oh yeah, because Ruby came out, and then Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan came back with her. That's right.
Yeah. Charlotte came out. She was the runner-up. She lasted third longest.
I think so.
Yeah. Obviously Charlotte's, in my opinion, is the best technical women's wrestler in WWE right now. At me. You can at me, fight me. My opinion's right, your opinion's wrong.
Asuka's better.
Maybe.
I hope you could hear me whisper that in the podcast.
Then Kairi Sane came out. She was in last year. She eliminated Sarah Logan, so she's the ultimate heel. She won the NXT overall competitor of the year in her backstage. What?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I just wanted to say something about Kairi in this match. I'm sorry. You were talking about her winning the competitor of the year.
Yeah. Do you want me to?
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
Oh, you're good. I don't use the term cute a lot. However, her singing a pirate song and crying melted my heart. However, she got the number 14 spot, which the number 14 spot, usually in the span of the year, you either get injured or you die.
Or you leave the company.
You can technically count that as fired. We'll talk about that later, though. It's only in the men's rumble because like Nakamura was 14 last year, and he was out for like a month because he got bit by a police dog.
Yep.
Ooh, me. I'm back. Then Maria Kanellis came out, which fucking terrible part of the match.
Was a big wet fart.
Alicia Fox came out doing a weird dance. She came out at 18. It was nice to see Maria in the ring again.
Yeah, especially after all the rumors of her leaving.
Yeah, which I don't know why it was started. She pretty much deconfirmed it. They formed an alliance, and then Alicia Fox, which everybody shits on Big Show and Mark Henry for constant face heel turns. Alicia Fox turns like 3 times a year.
I think she turned twice in this match.
Yeah, exactly. Naomi came out, and I remember Naomi being in a lot longer, but it says only 1 minute and 28 seconds.
Most of her time was spent on the outside.
She did a cool spot. Ember Moon did a cool spot with the save her. So they did a lot of that this year. She saved herself. They did a lot of skinning the cat spots, which I liked. Mandy Rose eliminated Naomi Naomi eliminated Mandy Rose, and then Mandy Rose pulled her legs out from under her and to build up their feud, which I think is interesting. A lot of people probably hate it, but I don't care. My opinion's right. At me. Candice LeRae came out, which is cool because Johnny was in the men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Can't really think of any spots she did. She didn't eliminate anybody.
Yeah, I don't remember anything she did either. I'm not gonna lie.
Casey Catanzaro.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, like I'm a genius. She did a really cool spot where she was about to both feet about to hit the ground, and she started twirling. I think all the way up to the steps. I don't know how she did that.
No, that was Ember Moon's. What Casey Catanzaro did is she's the one who did a handstand and walked on her hands over to the turnbuckle and then wrapped her legs around it and then like sat up and like got back in.
Okay. So Ember Moon did the really cool spot. I don't remember what Naomi did. There were so many of these. There's like 3 in the the men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, there were just a lot.
Now Zelina Vega with the actual spot of the Royal Rumble. She, I guess, went under the bottom rope, went under the ring, was there for 11 minutes, and then fucking Hornswoggle came in, chased her out. She chased her into the ring. Rhea Ripley, spoilers, eliminated her. Did I cut out?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, because when you don't say anything, I freak out.
No, you're good.
Yeah, it was comedy spots in the Royal Rumble are usually great. Even when a bad Royal Rumble, usually the comedy spots are great.
Yeah.
Ruby Riott came out. I thought they did a great job with Ruby Riott in this match. She eliminated 3 people. She eliminated like Alicia Fox.
She also eliminated Kairi Sane and
Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to laugh about the Alicia Fox. That was a big deal. She eliminated Alicia Fox because she eliminated Maria. Uh-oh.
That's just me saying to Alicia Fox being a big deal.
Where was I at? Dana Brooke came out.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that happened.
Yep.
Io Shirai came out.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember her doing anything. I think she did a moonsault.
Yes, she did. Yeah, right when she came out, because the Riot Squad was attacking Kairi on the outside. Yeah. She did a moonsault to the outside on Riot Squad.
And Rhea Ripley came out, and they did great with Rhea.
Rhea had one of the performances of the Rumble, honestly.
Yeah, she eliminated Zelina, Casey Catanzaro, and Dana Brooke.
Which, really, not big names when you look at it that way. But
except
she looked
Dana
like
Brooke.
A monster.
Sonya Deville came out. Eliminated by Alexa Bliss. I don't remember what she did.
I don't remember that at all.
Sonya could be a big star if it wasn't for all 4 horsewomen coming in like exactly the same time she did. So Alexa Bliss came out. I don't really remember anything Alexa Bliss did either. She said she
I
got
don't
2
either, but I'm
eliminations.
glad she was in it.
Yeah, I was really worried about her. Then Bailey came in, and they're building Bailey up, and I'm loving it. She looked pretty great in this. She was in the final 4, I believe.
Yes, she was.
Then it's Lana, number 28, Lana. But wait a minute, she's injured.
Yep.
Who's gonna replace her? Well, we don't find out because Nia Jax is 29, your favorite wrestler, and everybody's favorite wrestler.
I fucking can't stand her.
Nia fucking dropped everybody on her head. Charlotte actually did pick up Nia. I thought that was pretty impressive. Nia was there to get the Roman Reigns heat, to get a bigger pop at the end. Then Becky comes in.
Well, before Becky came out, Carmella
Finley
actually came out.
I meant because Becky came out after Nia was in the ring.
Oh, gotcha.
So I didn't get this because I was like, why is she asking Finley for permission? Apparently Finley's the women's producer.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
She
Finley
specifically said, "You're Irish, I'm Irish. Let me in."
Which
I'm pretty sure I heard that.
He was like, "Yeah, that's fair." Carmella came in 30, which it wasn't our truth.
Yeah, that is factually true.
So yeah, that Becky, of course, won. She sold a knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
The last eliminated was Charlotte, which Charlotte's probably gonna be, she's probably gonna be shoehorned into that. Hopefully not.
I'm really hoping not.
But being realistic, probably. So yeah, that was the Women's Royal Rumble. It was good at first, dipped down, dropped down in the middle. You had Alicia Fox and Dana Brooke in there for a little bit. I know they were there just so Rhea Ripley can eliminate them. But this is a really long Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it was an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah, on the dot too. How did I get that?
Luck.
Now the next match, I hate saying I did not pay attention at all except for the ending.
I was just exhausted after the Rumble. Yeah,
I wanted to sleep, and maybe next year they had to do it a little differently this year because of Becky's storyline.
Yeah.
Have the Rumble the first match and then the Rumble the last match.
That's what they should be doing in my opinion.
But they had to this year. This would have been a great spot for the SmackDown tag titles.
Yeah.
Or even
let's actually say what this match was. It was Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was unfortunately...
I'll let you talk for a little bit.
Okay.
My throat hurts.
Unfortunately, it was kind of a dead match. The crowd was just exhausted. They'd just gone through an hour and 12-minute match. And this was, in ring-wise, still not one of the best matches these two have
I don't
had.
remember any, promos or nothing to, get, let people go pee or anything.
There was, a 3-minute period or something before the entrances, but not much at all.
Yeah.
I don't remember any spots from this match, I'm not going to lie, except for at the end there was a ref bump, and then AJ hit Daniel with the Styles Clash and would have gotten the pin, but out of nowhere came Rowan, who came and grabbed AJ by the face and choke slammed him. Then Daniel Bryan got the pin off of that, and it showed that Eric Rowan is in the main event scene as Daniel Bryan's vegan buddy, except I don't think he's vegan.
There's no way he's vegan. He gets his burgers plain. There's no way he's even seen a vegetable. I do like Rowan being with him. Obviously he's got the big beard.
Yeah.
I'm fine with them putting Harper in this group too. That this does mean the Bludgeon Brothers are dead, which I would have liked to see more of them. Bludgeon Brothers were all right. It made Luke Harper look good, and he's my bottom boy.
That's a weird thing to say.
What? It's like bottom bitch. It's your favorite bitch.
Yeah, that's still a weird thing to say.
You weren't a pimp like me in New York, so you wouldn't understand. However, I'm interested to see where this goes. He didn't really do much on SmackDown, like at all. I think he carried a backpack out, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
So, and they gave this match too much time.
Yep.
24
almost
minutes.
25 minutes.
Yeah. The next was a Universal Championship match. Brock defeated Finn by submission with the Kimura, which I'm fine with him using the Kimura because it can actually break your arm. However, he hasn't used it in years.
Yeah, it didn't look especially strong is the weird thing. So, like, they made Finn look strong during the middle section of the match, but he didn't take a single F5 or even a German during the match, and then got beaten. Like, he tapped immediately when the Kimura was put in on him, even though he was dominant through most of the match.
Yeah.
It really kind of killed the match, in my opinion, because it was a sudden ending and not an ending off, like, a big F5 or something. And
honestly, I think they should. I think they're going to do Demon versus Brock maybe at Fast Lane.
I don't think Brock's showing up for Fastlane.
But it's Fast Lane.
But Brock's not showing up.
That's true. Maybe he'll build to something else. And it looks like they're going to give him the IC belt at Mania. Which, I was kind of hoping for Lashley versus Kevin. Just because, Lashley kayfabe injured Kevin.
Yeah. He also
bring Kevin back
kayfabe
to after
injured
Mania.
Sammy.
What did I had? Where did I leave off at?
I don't know.
I'll just start
Discord
over
fucked up on us again, so I'm going to leave this part in the podcast as a bit of an explanation. So we're just going to head over to the Men's Rumble discussion, because we have no idea where it just left off and don't really have a way to check easily.
Probably talking about Kevin, so...
Yeah, I think we were talking about Kevin, but that's all right.
You want me to talk us through the Royal Rumble?
No, I'm going to do this one, and we're going to go through it way quicker.
Well, that was pretty quick.
It was like 15 minutes.
It was like 8 minutes.
No,
That's
I have the counter running. So this one started with Elias and Jeff Jarrett having a fun little segment, but Elias broke a guitar over Jeff Jarrett and got him out quickly, which was good. And then we get to see them again on Raw, so we'll talk about that later. The next notable entrant was Kurt Angle, number 4, who got eliminated in like 3 minutes, unfortunately. He didn't really get much of anything and didn't get any eliminations. And I think they're giving him an arc where like he keeps losing and not getting anything done. Maybe that'll come as like a comeback arc later. I don't know. We had Johnny Gargano in at number 6. He stayed in for a bit of time. Nothing like insanely long. It was only like 13 minutes. But he got a good showing. He had a little segment between him and Samoa Joe, which was cool. Nothing too memorable except like he did a dive towards Joe and Joe did that thing where he just walks away. I really liked that. Notable entrant number 10 was Seth Rollins, who was in
What did
the
he
match.
even do in this match?
He dootied in his pants.
Was
he
he
was
the
in this
Iron Man?
match for 43 minutes. So yes, he was the Iron Man. Coming in at number 10, which is a little weird.
Oh, you skipped the Kurt Hawkins entrance.
Well, Kurt Hawkins didn't do anything except
did.
for he eliminated Titus O'Neil.
That's a good spot. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Seth Rollins, as you probably know, is the eventual winner, and he got 43 minutes in the match. So it was really good. He had some... You know what? I don't actually remember too many memorable segments of what he did here, but I do know that the ending was actually him curb stomping Braun on the apron to eliminate him, and that was sick.
We got power bombed through a table too by Bobby Lashley.
He was out of the match for 11 minutes because he got power bombed through a table.
Yeah.
Notable to me was number 13 was Mustafa Ali. who came in and he eliminated Samoa Joe. He also eliminated, was it Shinsuke? Yes, it was. Mustafa Ali looked fucking great in this, and I think going forward he's going to have a good storyline, especially with Samoa Joe. Number 14 was Dean Ambrose, who is living 14. Up to the number 14 by leaving the company. The next notable one was Drew McIntyre, who was in it for 20
Jose.
No Way Jose was in it for 2 seconds.
He was.
And then he got attacked by Drew as Drew came down to the ring. Drew got eliminated by Dolph Ziggler, so there's that for you. They're probably going to feud again, unfortunately.
Take it all the way to Fastlane.
I hope not, but probably.
God, we got 2 pay-per-views between till Mania.
I know. At 18, we had one of my boys, Pete Dunne, who didn't get any eliminations, but he got to do some joint manipulation stuff and, kind of show off what he does to the main roster crowd again. It was great. There was one spot where number 21, Aleister Black, was in, and he was having a stare down with Pete, and Pete did the finger dislocation spot to Aleister, and then Aleister stood there as Pete looked at him, and he grabbed the dislocated finger and just jammed it back into place. Oh my god, it was a disgusting looking spot, and I loved it.
You skipped Andrade. He came in. He was the final 4, I believe.
Yeah, he was.
I don't remember any spots he did, so.
I don't remember either. I don't even remember him being in when number 30 came in. We'll talk about that in a sec. Actually, number 30 is really the most notable entrant left.
Yeah.
Baron
Corbin.
Strowman entered. Oh, fuck Baron.
He did eliminate a couple people, and he eliminated Aleister
Black.
But that was for a heel, for a spot, and then Braun came in, beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So. I guess Ray came in too, and Randy.
So number 30 was supposed to be R-Truth, but as he was coming down to the ring, he got attacked by Nia Jax, and Nia Jax entered herself in, and I really hated this immediately, but then, she eliminated Mustafa Ali, which was bullshit. I super hate that happened. But then she was having a stare down with Randy Orton, and she knocked Randy into the middle ropes, and she was like, "Oh, Ray, hit him with a 619." And then she, as Ray went to go do the 619, she picked Ray up on her shoulders. She was going to do a Samoan drop, I think. Then Dolph Ziggler said, "Yo, fuck this," and super kicked her.
Fuck women.
He super kicked her. And then Randy, so before Randy did his thing, after she got super kicked, Ray hit her with a 619, I think. Yeah. And then Randy RKO'd her, and then they threw her over the top rope, and that was pretty great.
But one thing I want to say about Nia Jax is when you watch her in the Women's Royal Rumble, she was barely. I will defend her a little bit. She seems uncomfortable when she picks up the women, not just because she dropped. She's always seemed uncomfortable. She didn't want to hurt him, but the dude, she looked very comfortable picking them up. Honestly, if they had her fight men, I think she would actually be able to perform a lot better matches. I don't know if I want to see her fight men. I'm just saying what I think would happen if she fought men.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
It was great seeing her get the shit kicked out of her.
Yes. Yeah. It was kind of a spot that was hey, she fucked up Becky Lynch, and we know the fans are mad about that because we didn't get to do Becky versus Ronda earlier. Yeah. So here you go. But that was the Royal Rumble. I already talked about Seth Rollins winning with a curb stomp on the apron to Braun. It was a good moment. I don't think they really got the pop they wanted from Seth winning, but I think everyone's happy that Seth won because either way he goes, which, spoiler alert, is going to be against Brock, but there's going to be a good moment at WrestleMania, assuming he wins.
Now keep in mind, when it goes to predictions, I won with 7-5.
Damn.
I am the king of the Royal Rumble, and I won Takeover.
Look, you won because I chose the dark horse on both championship matches for the World Championships.
Now we're not gonna do punishments because I don't want to
Eat a jar of pickle juice.
Shit, fuck that.
So let's talk about Raw and SmackDown real quick because we're at almost an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh shit.
So Raw opened with Seth talking, and Triple H came out and he was like, "I'm so proud of you. You're my boy. You got to choose who you're gonna fight." And then Dean Ambrose came out and interrupted it. And then there was a match between Seth and Dean where Dean lost to a stomp. And then we had, after the match, Dean was sitting in the ring in a chair. And, we talked about this earlier. He started talking about the beginning of his time in WWE. He got cut off by Nia Jax, who came in and punched him, and then he left.
The company.
He was so mad about getting punched by Nia, he left the company. Then we had a match between Nia Jax and Tamina versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, where the winner would get put into the Elimination Chamber for the Women's Tag Team Championships. And Nia Jax and Tamina won, unfortunately.
They didn't let Alexa in the match? That's crazy.
What was that?
They didn't let Alexa in the match? I figured
she was in. It was Alexa and Mixie.
In the Elimination Chamber?
Oh, yeah. She's not in the Elimination Chamber, and that's what I was about to get to. It is really unfortunate that Nia and Tamina won, because having Alexa and Mickie in the Elimination Chamber would have been great.
There's no way they can fit those two women in that pod. They're going to start the match.
Unfortunately, Alexa Bliss coming back, and she had a good showing in the Rumble, but she just kind of immediately got flattened on Raw, and now she's not going to be in the Elimination Chamber. That really sucks, in my opinion. She should. Oh, I'm sorry.
They need to cool her off, I guess.
They need to what? Cool her off?
Yeah, because she just won 5 championships. Thinking they'll maybe put her in the pre-show battle royal.
Yeah, that's rough though.
Hopefully, if they have her win it, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Win the fucking big vagina cup.
They need to change that trophy.
I know they had to change it last minute, but here's a vagina.
Yeah, that was not a good idea. But after that, we had Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin won with a deep 6, so not even his finisher. That's unfortunate.
Wait, Kurt Angle lost on Raw? Wait.
Yeah, Kurt Angle lost on Raw to a deep 6.
Damn it.
So, there was that. And then after that, Finn Balor came out, and he was addressing the crowd. But big ass Lashley came out. Oh, that's going to be really loud in the podcast. I shouldn't have done that. He came out and he beat up Balor. I almost said Aller. So yeah, that sucked. I don't want to see Balor in the Intercontinental title scene.
Yeah.
He should be in the main event scene.
They should have gave him the belt probably a SummerSlam. They were going to give it to him for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, I feel like they've really fumbled up with Balor, unfortunately, and I don't know how they can recover from here.
Because it's they book him strong, but for nothing. He's being booked strong to do nothing. It's the first time he's done something.
So, after that, we had Zach and Kurt figure it out versus the Revival.
That's right.
And the Revival won off a Shadow Machine.
I was scared you were about to say Zach and Kurt won.
No. That would be, too soon. But, it was the 4 people who might leave to AEW having TV time. So get used to that for a while. Then we had...
Wait, Zach and Kurt are talking about leaving?
Cody is, talking to them on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then we had Elias in the ring. And Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg interrupted him, and started singing Jeff Jarrett's song, and they tried to get people to sing it, but nobody knew the lyrics, including Renee Young. And then Corey Graves just shit on Renee for not knowing the song, which was kind of funny. But Elias turned he's a heel now, I guess. He hit both Road Dogg and Jeff Jarrett with guitars, which he just turned face, a couple months ago. It's really unfortunate that they're kind of flip-flopping him so much.
Especially as over as he was.
Yeah, and he was still over. Like, he was standing tall at the end of this as the heel, and the whole crowd was still chanting for him, chanting, walk with Elias. So
also, it should be noted that Jeff Jarrett just signed on to be a producer.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, so after this segment, so he's going to be, I guess he's hanging up the boots unless they do kind of a one-off match at Fast Lane.
Well, he threw some punches and this looked really cool.
He's an alright wrestler.
Yeah. After that, we had Natalya and Dana Brooke versus Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan to see who gets to go into the Elimination Chamber. And unsurprisingly, the Riot Squad won this.
I hope they win it.
Not really any story on that. You couldn't expect Dana Brooke and Natalya to win.
I hope the Riot Squad win the tag titles.
I think there's a good chance for it.
They'll probably win it maybe at Mania, but
yeah, my fear and also assumption is that they're going to put the titles on Nia and Tamina.
I think they'll put on Bayley and Sasha.
No, I think they want to keep trying to get Nia heel heat.
Ugh.
I think that's their goal for some fucking reason. But then we had Ronda Rousey doing an open challenge.
Real quick, I forget the tag team that they're fighting next week, but one of the tag teams they randomly created was Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross.
Yeah, that's some dumb shit.
There's no joke to say it, just fuck WWE.
It's just so stupid. Like, Nikki Cross is already going to be fucked.
I know.
But then we had Ronda Rousey versus Bayley, and Bayley got to, showcase herself again, which was great. She seemed like an actual threat in this match. And, Rousey ended up winning, but Bayley she hit her elbow drop, she hit a bank statement, she looked really good in the match. And Rousey ended up winning with the actual armbar this time, which, fantastic, because I don't like the Piper's Pit as a finish to a match because it doesn't look very strong.
Yeah.
After the match, Becky Lynch came out and said, "Hey, I'm challenging you at Mania." And then she cut a really short promo on Rousey, and then Rousey kept just trying to make a comeback, I guess, and Becky kept smiling at her and just looked smug as fuck, and Rousey had no good comeback, and I really liked that.
She said, "I could kill you," or something.
Yeah, she said, "I could kill you with my bare hands," and Becky just kept smiling at her, and the crowd was so against Ronda, so into Becky. Honestly, they shouldn't have these two in these stare-off kind of things, because the crowd's gonna hate Ronda by the time Mania comes around.
Yeah.
Next we had Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre. I guess. Baron Corbin ran in and attacked Braun. Yeah, this was bad.
Yeah.
Baron and McIntyre, they did a choke slam to Braun onto the stairs. This was bad.
Hopefully, because they've been building up to Drew and Braun, hopefully they have this match at Mania.
Yeah, I'm hoping they give him something.
Fast Lane's 2 pay-per-views from now.
Yeah, there's still Elimination Chamber before then.
Ugh.
Then we had Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out, and they were talking about, Seth better choose wisely, implying that he should choose Daniel Bryan because there's no chance he's going to beat Brock. And of course, Seth came down to that, and he attacked Brock, and he ended up getting 6 F5s to end the night. And the match ended with Brock still beating up Seth. Or I'm sorry, the night ended with Brock still beating up Seth. So, it was a cool segment, I guess. It showed Seth is like fearless, which is important for right now.
Yeah.
And I guess we're getting Brock versus Seth at Mania.
Yeah, this storyline pretty much books itself. I mean,
Yeah.
they could like have this segment and then go do nothing until Mania, and you'd already be sold on it.
Yep, I'm already sold on it. They don't even have to do nothing until Mania.
I know. Thank God. We don't even have to buy the pay-per-view because we use my mom's network.
We're thieves.
Well, you're a thief. My mom let me.
Hey, lick my butt.
Maybe.
So, SmackDown. We actually both watched it this week.
I know. And let me tell you, I'm going to say two bad things about SmackDown real quick.
Yes.
One, anyway, the SmackDown, I haven't seen in a year. Apparently, they do matches in the corner and then the commercials playing. Well, then they just had the wrestling match in the corner. They did it for like 2 matches. So 20 minutes of commercials today.
Oh, yeah.
Episode.
Also, there was only 3 matches.
Exactly. And then another thing was the camera was really wonky. Like, they kept cutting out during a big spot. Like, Jeff Hardy came out the end, and he didn't even get an entrance.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is Jeff Hardy there? He's going to be the first elimination in the Elimination Chamber match.
No, he's got to hit a Swanton Bomb off the chamber pod.
He's going to miss, and then Samoa Joe's going to pin him.
No, Randy's going to pin him so they can keep that feud. Or restart it.
Also, Asuka wasn't there, so fuck that.
Yeah, but the show opened with Becky talking about why she chose Ronda. You know, Charlotte showed up and said, "The fuck you."
I do want to say the best part of this segment was Becky just punches Charlotte in the mouth and then walks. She limps up the ramp and she just thinks, "Oh yeah, I'll just punch her and then leave." And then it's just, of course not.
The punch looked cool as fuck, though.
It did.
So yeah, after that, Becky drove off and said she refused to see medical treatment because she doesn't want to lose her match against Ronda. You know, it was a cool segment. I liked it. Then we had the weirdest few minutes in television history. So, R-Truth came out and said he gets a match against Shinsuke because he wasn't allowed to enter the Rumble. So he gets a United States Championship match. Cool. You know, Nakamura's going to come out and win. You know, we'll move on. No.
Yeah.
R-Truth won by a roll-up, and he was the new United States champion. And then Rusev came out and said, "Hey, fuck
Newly heel
you."
Rusev.
Yep, Rusev turned heel in the middle of this.
SmackDown needed more heels.
Oh, yeah, of course. Rusev came out and said, "Hey, fuck you, I'm going to beat you for the United States Championship." And then R-Truth beat him, too. So R-Truth is the U.S. champion, and Rusev is heel again. And Rusev and Nakamura beat down R-Truth. And then they went to the back, and the club challenged them to a tag match next week. Okay. There was a wild... That all happened within like 10 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know why any of that happened.
All right, one more quick rant. They said that they were going to focus on the tag division. We have a 50-year-old man as the tag champion, and the tag champions on Raw weren't even there. So that's the biggest lie in the company.
Yep, it's real bad. And
Real
there's
bad.
Like very good tag teams like the club that aren't doing anything.
Are they Are they still calling the club, or are they the Good Brothers?
I think they've been calling them the Good Brothers.
Well, kind of like that better.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Since they're not with AJ or Finn.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Then Rey Mysterio came out. He was set to go up against Samoa Joe, but Zelina Vega came out and basically said, "Hey, I know you're the reason I got banned from ringside last week. You know, are you so distracted by my body that you can't focus on a match?" It was pretty good, honestly. And then Andrade came out and, you know, beat down Rey. And Andrade stood tall at the end of that. it just sets up the two of them continuing their feud, which is really good because they put on awesome matches. And, their feud is basically lucha dudes want to do lucha stuff and bad guy wants to beat up good guy. And I like it.
Of course, they had to bring Eddie Guerrero into it.
Oh, yeah. Andrade hit the Three Amigos.
Every fucking... just...
As long as he doesn't say, Eddie's not up there, he's down there, we're good.
Yeah.
Then the Miz and Shane came out and they celebrated their title. There was a video promo that talked about Shane and Miz as a team. And Shane said, all right, now who are we going to face next to defend these championships? And set up a 4-way elimination tag match between the Bar, the Usos, the New Day, and Heavy Machinery. And the good thing about this match was that Heavy Machinery got to look really good in it.
Yeah.
But they didn't end up winning, which is fine, honestly. It would have been really soon for them to win it. The Usos ended up winning, and we're going to get to see the Usos versus Ms. McMahon, or however you want to say it. Shane and Miz. It should be fun. I am expecting the Usos to win the championships, though.
Hopefully.
Which, is fine, because I do think they're going to fast track.
Actually, I had a prediction. It feels like more so that Shane's going to turn on the Miz. Like, it's been feeling like
that's kind of what I'm thinking, too, honestly.
Because the reason they're doing this is because he took his spot. And it felt like, it's going to be heel Miz. But I was like, it feels like they're building Shane up to turn heel, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I'm okay with it because we haven't seen heel Shane since he came back either.
Mm-hmm.
So, after that, we had Daniel Bryan. He came out and he brought out Rowan. And Daniel cut a promo on how Rowan, his intellectual match. He's smart like Daniel. He respects the environment like Daniel. And he fits with him better than anyone else. And then Daniel said, AJ used to talk a lot of shit about me. He used to say I was a hypocrite. He's right. I've been carrying this belt made of leather, and fuck that. And he threw the WWE Championship in the garbage. And then he pulled out his new title made of
Rest
weed.
in peace, Daisy. I also like to point out that he said he just said that the cow was a girl. A lot of people forget that. I think, isn't it all cows are girls and all chickens are girls?
If you want to be technical, no. So bulls are still cows, and those are the males.
I just mean actual cows.
You mean milk
bulls.
cows kind of thing?
Yeah, milk cows.
Okay. Well, the cows you eat for food are bulls. The dairy, it comes from females.
Oh, I'm learning stuff.
And with chickens, it's the same way. The chickens that you eat, well, I don't know if all of them are males, but the eggs come from females, of course.
Yeah. That belt looks awesome.
The belt is the coolest fucking belt.
I was like, if they make it out of wood, and it seems like he's a evil vegan, not an evil environmentalist, so he's not really caring about the trees, as you can tell by the wood.
Mm-hmm. But it's also made of weed. Very important.
True. AJ accuses him of smoking the prototype.
Yeah, he came out and was like, you smoked the belt, the prototype belt. And then AJ said he voted for Trump. That was a really weird thing. It was out of place.
And then I cheered.
That didn't happen.
Kid Rock cheered at home.
Yeah, Kid Rock nodded.
Well, Kid Rock wasn't watching Raw or SmackDown. I don't know.
But then everyone came out to the ring. Everyone being Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Mustafa Ali, and Samoa Joe.
Who came out and diarrheaed on everybody in the ring.
Samoa Joe looked like a fucking badass. Samoa Joe was talking and Jeff Hardy tried to interrupt him. And Samoa Joe said, "This is an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. You wait till I'm done." It was, oh man, I love Joe.
If you get the chance, anytime Joe's on Up Up Down Down, every time he wins, he just jumps up and then cuts a promo about how great he is. I have never seen anybody who's good at, maybe CM Punk and obviously The Rock and Heyman.
Yeah,
he's up there with them on promos.
Yep. But this segment ended with Daniel Bryan on the outside saying he's not going to let any of them challenge him for the belt. You know, he's going to be the champion forever. And then all of a sudden, Triple H showed up on the Titantron, and he said, no, you're not going to challenge one of them for the belt. All of them are going to fight you in the Elimination Chamber. Bum, bum, bum. And that was the end of SmackDown.
And then the Curb Your Enthusiasm credits start playing.
Yeah. So what'd you think of wrestling this past week?
It was actually great. Honestly, the weakest part may have been NXT TakeOver.
I would say the weakest part was Raw for me. But...
Well, Raw, but I don't really, I only watched an hour Raw, so
okay.
TakeOver was good, wasn't great. I don't really, besides the very end, I don't really remember anything.
Okay.
Yeah, like last year, maybe because the last year Rumble one, we had the first 5-star match in WWE in like 10 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Seeing SmackDown was actually pretty good. It went by fast.
This SmackDown was great, I thought.
Yeah, United States title. I'm glad Truth won. I didn't expect him to win. But I was glad he won.
Yeah, it was a welcome surprise.
Because last time he won the title, so Bret Hart beat The Miz for the title, and then Bret Hart wasn't supposed to wrestle ever again, so he vacated the title. R-Truth won it, held it for like 20 days until the pay-per-view, and then lost it to The Miz, and then never did anything until now. So, yeah, Rowan, I thought, he didn't really do anything. The entire time, he just looked like he wanted to get back to catering.
Hell yeah.
Which is my gimmick, so you better watch out. Hopefully they add Harper. But then again, I kind of want to see these two separate for a little bit. But, I do kind of miss the Bludgeons. Daniel's great. I don't know, do you know what move gave him the black eye?
No, I didn't see what happened to do it to him.
But yeah, I'm figuring they're going to do AJ and Orton at Mania. I think that's what they're building to. Maybe
I think we'll see for sure coming out of Elimination Chamber what their promo is going to be.
Coming out of Fast Lane.
Damn it.
Well, we got to end this pay-per-view. Also, I want to note that Royal Rumble ended for us at 12 a.m.
It was awful.
I'm glad I didn't watch the pre-show because that would have been 6 hours of...
It was 7.
Pre-show
started at 5.
Elimination Chamber's going to be 4 hours.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
At least Royal Rumble felt quick, besides the women's match.
Yeah, it was all good.
All right, but we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go. It's been an hour and 40-plus minutes. I got to piss real bad. So, let's go ahead and get our plugs in, though, because that's important.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to start because I changed my Twitter name.
Oh, shit.
Because Super Gravy is what I use for gamer tag, but I don't use it as, like a nickname. It's just a name. It's all Super Gravy's dog food.
It is.
It's just the food you put water in and give to your dogs in the bowl. It's funny. I changed it to follow me at Twitter at COW_Zach Kirk. Yeah.
I did not know you did that. I
changed it this morning, so.
Okay. Well, you can follow the podcast on Twitter. It's at Chums of War. You'll see our great little podcast image as the profile image. And you'll see Michael Cole in his wrestling attire as the header image. Very important.
Hopefully we get this on YouTube this time.
Hopefully. I fucked up real bad. We should have the third episode up, but, I'm bad.
So, yeah.
And you can follow me on Twitter at safety_spud. That's safety_spud because somebody took safety spud. Again, just a random person in Iowa or something. If you're listening, please give me that handle.
And we plan to do some Twitch streaming soon.
Yep.
Eventually,
after
maybe
I finish
one day.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Spoilers, Woody's in the game.
Damn it. I didn't know from the big poster I got that has him on it.
Yeah, why is it just a poster of just Woody standing there?
I don't know. We could talk about that for an hour. But we're not gonna. We'll see y'all next week. And Zach, what's Seth Rollins' entrance music?